How are y'all? I'm so glad y'all stopped by my channel. Well, I was cooking supper and I laid out some pork chops and I thought, what am I going to do? Well, I love the chicken fry steak pork chops. And so I wanted to show you how I do it. I've got my grease heating up. So right now, I've been beating out my pork chops. I have boneless, skinless pork chops. And I'll beat this one out. Alright, that's all it took. Alright. I have my flour, just all-purpose flour, and I have 4 heaping tablespoons of cornstarch. Y'all, if you've never fried in cornstarch, it just makes this most wonderful crunch. It makes everything real crispy. Alright, I'm going to put quite a bit of pepper. And I want quite a bit of salt. I got to fill up my salt deal. Let me see, I can get a little bit more. Okay, that was probably a tablespoon that I put in here. You'll want to really salt and season your flour. I have 2 eggs. Now you can make a batter with anything. I'm going to use water. You can just make a batter out of anything you want. Okay. Now remember how I've told y'all you've got to have your grease hot or your batter won't stay on it. And it's not quite hot enough yet. We'll wait a minute. Our grease is just about hot enough. I'm gonna put our meat in the flour and the egg and water and then back into the flour. And I'm gonna press it down because I want it to really stick on it. Yeah, I think our grease is just about there. I'll get 2 of them battered. Okay. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's good and hot. Okay, let me get one more battered here. Y'all, if y'all ever put cornstarch in your flour, you will love it. It just makes the most wonderful crust. Okay. Alright, we're just going to let that fry. And it'll take a few minutes. Okay, I think we're about ready to turn. Now, y'all see how that crust stayed on there? If you get your grease hot enough, it'll stay on. Aren't those pretty? I went ahead and cut up some potatoes. I thought some mashed potatoes would be good with this. So I thought, I think that's what I'll do. I had to drop that 4th one in. Y'all, doesn't that look good? Doesn't that look pretty? Oh my goodness, they smell so good. Alright, I'll cook this one. I know in one of my videos, it's been a couple of videos back, I made my homemade gravy, white gravy mix. And I have 2 cups of water. And I'm going to put 3 heaping tablespoons of the gravy mix. And if you want to use milk, you can. It's just whatever you want to use. I've already salt and peppered it. All the flavor that's in it, I don't need to add anything else. Turn this meat over. So all we've got to do is wait for it to cook. It's just like the white gravy mix. You kind of have to watch it so it doesn't stick to the bottom or anything like that. But when our meat's done, I'm going to show you something I do. Well, I might can do it even before the meat's done. Find a spoon with holes in it. I like to come over here to my gravy, and I like to get down here to the bottom, and I like to get all that flour that's crispied up down here on the bottom. I just love that flavor. Alright. I'm going to stir that into the gravy. It just gives it a little extra flavor. That's all that it does, but it sure does make it good. Alright, we'll wait and let this thicken up. It's already getting hot. It won't take but just a minute. Alright, here's our last piece. Look at that pretty piece of meat. Alright, let me turn that off. Our potatoes are still cooking. It'll take, I leave the skins on my potatoes. I just like the skins. I know some people do and some people don't. It's just your own preference, but I like that. Alright, I've got my potatoes done. I took the water off, and I put a half a stick of butter, because y'all know I like butter. Alright, I'm going to put just a little bit of salt. I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of pepper. And I like to use my handy dandy potato masher. By the time I get my mixer out, I've already got it done. Turn that off. I love to have the peelings in my potatoes. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit of milk. Oh, I probably put, less than a third of a cup, probably. Okay. Aren't those pretty and creamy? Oh, I just love mashed potatoes. Alright. Y'all look at that gravy. Doesn't that look good? I love this homemade gravy mix. It just saves a lot of time and a lot of money. because I like gravy. Alright. I'm going to cut me just a little piece here. See, y'all, look at that pork chop. Isn't that pretty looking? And it's just so tender. When you beat it out like that, it is just so tender. Alright, I'm going to put me just a few potatoes here, and I've got to have a lot of gravy. Look at that plate. Doesn't that look good, y'all? Oh, I tell you what, this is gonna be hot. But I'm gonna try a bite. I'm gonna try some. Y'all, that is so good. I'm gonna try some of this meat. Hot. Y'all, that is so good. I hope y'all try this. I could just stand there and eat that whole plate in front of y'all. Thank y'all so much for being on my channel. Thank you for cooking chicken fried pork steaks, pork chops, homemade gravy, mashed potatoes. Thank you so much. And if you would like to subscribe, and until the next video.